run down, don't have the energy you used to, you want to put the zest back into your step? Then you need Super Mario Lizard Vitality. It's got everything you need to get your groove back. 100% guaranteed effective. Just look at what it's done for me. And enter the code UNIVERSALIST at checkout to get a free subspace shipping on your order. So don't delay. Get your 30-day supply for only $29.99 quatloos. Don't be a tool of the Galactic World Order. Get yours now. Ah!
Finally, a chicken I could put my blessing behind. Say yes to Pope Yes Chicken, the official chicken of Pope Abaiga. The only chicken you'll need for your salvation. Even that Shlomo guy likes it.
Oh yeah, that's good stuff.
Say yes to Pope Yes. It's heavenly.
Time for another episode of N.A.P.S. Unfortunately, Jake couldn't be with us today, but he sends his blessings and chicken sandwiches to everyone. How's it going out there? Let's see who we have in the chat. Holden Girl, Morbid Fury, Mr. MH, Arisaka, the non-braised goose. We have who else? Eric Draven, Mansquatch, and other people who have not revealed themselves yet. Oh yeah, I don't know what that's about. The latency. Maybe it's part of the using voice meter or something. So anyway, yeah. How's it going, everybody? Yeah, the cats say Mo. Cats say Mo, Ranja. Andrew Helm, how's it going? The importer, a new face? I don't think I've seen that face. Yeah, we're going to talk about that. I saw Afterlife, Ghostbusters Afterlife a couple days ago. Let me tell you, good movie. Good movie. Gets you right in the feels. It really does. Ghostbusters Afterlife, it does exactly what it sets out to do. It pays homage, tribute, respect, or whatever word you want to use, to what came before it. It doesn't insult your intelligence. It introduces new characters in that world. And it's a good time. It really is. It's a nice movie to watch, finally. After how many big budget blockbusters have let us down? So finally we have a movie that has delivered in terms of entertainment value. I'm curious as the budget on this. It's actually pretty decent, but not a huge budget. According to Wikipedia, take it with a grain of salt, had a $75 million budget. So $75 million budget, let's say twice as much for the marketing, $150 million. This one we would clear $150 million easily. But the whole thing is there's a lot of people that aren't very happy about that. Oh, by the way, saw reports crying and reading. Yeah. Well, that's the whole thing. And, they want this whole thing about, why doesn't it subvert my expectations? Because it's a Ghostbusters movie, okay? Ghostbusters shows up make it strong, yes, without being woke. Yeah, and the thing is, you like McKenna Grace. She's not annoying. She's not a Mary Sue. She's very much her grandfather's granddaughter. She's personable without being standoffish. And she doesn't know how to do everything out of the box. She has to try things. She needs help doing certain things. and she's helped by the spirit of her grandfather, which is great. I'll try not to do spoilers here, but those don't have to have insane budgets to be great. I'm sick of the whole idea of big budget blockbusters being the only thing that makes money. Well, but the thing is, big budget blockbusters, that's what they use to bankroll the smaller films. They use it to bankroll the smaller, whatever, indie movies. But the other thing, too, about Ghostbusters Afterlife is that it gives you exactly what you want in a Ghostbusters movie. And there's a lot of people that are very pissed off about that. Let me see if I can bring it up here. So, yeah. So, oh, for fuck's sake, what the hell's going on there? Oh, no, okay, well, okay, there you go. Yeah, I'm looking at the feed of the stream here. It's actually, yeah, it stopped giving me flickering. Starts strong with $44 million. King Richard whiffs. Ghostbusters Afterlife sequel to the 80s sci-fi comedy classic. It's more of a horror sci-fi. Open at number 1 in North America, collecting a solid $44 million from 4,315 screens versus venues. The better than expected result is an encouraging sign that family audiences are willing to visit their local multiplex, provided there's something broadly entertaining to be found there. Yes. Give me something worth going to the movies for. Please, just give me something worth going to the movies for, and I will gladly go. Victor moves the like button. Yes, people, Victor moves the like button, please. During the pandemic, parents with young kids haven't been the most active ticket buyers, but that could change now that the cough, wheeze vaccines have been deemed safe for children. However, adult skewing dramas like King Richard, which fizzled its box office debut, continue to struggle. Internationally, Ghostbusters Afterlife earned $60 million from 31 overseas markets, pushing its worldwide total to $60 million. Directed by Jason Reitman, the latest installment of the Supernatural series is shaping up to be a win for the studio after it failed to revive the franchise years earlier. We're going to get to that. It should be noted that Sony's 2016 all-female reboot of Ghostbuster, proofread your shit, premiered to $46 million. Here we go. Making excuses. Premiered to $46 million, only 2 more than Afterlife. However, the cost of that film is $144 million compared to the $75 million price tag for Afterlife, making it a box office dud. The newest version stars Paul Rudd, Carrie Coon, McKenna Grace, and picks up decades after the original story about ghost-catching parapsychologists, has received mostly positive feedback. Sony is counting on strong word of mouth to help the film stand out and continue to appeal to crowds over Thanksgiving holiday weekend. It's going to get mighty crowded at the multiplex later this week when 3 new high-profile wide releases hit screens, says ComScore analyst Paul Derger. Paul. Referring to next week's offerings, the Disney musical Encanto, MGM star-studded House of Gucci, and the Sony's horror thriller Resident Evil, Welcome to Raccoon City. However, that guy adds, the film should be able to stand up to the newcomers and will benefit from its extended holiday frame. Outside of action-heavy tentpoles like Ghostbusters Afterlife and recent releases such as Marvel's Eternals, MGM's James Bond No Time to Die, domestic movie-going landscape remains largely impaired. Oh, I'm going to get to that in a minute. Now, okay. Oh, yada, yada, yada. Nobody cares. Okay, yeah, a bunch of stuff here. Well, it's a dude. 3 million tickets about film did his video. Yeah, okay. Pardon me. Also, this weekend, No Time to Die notched a major milestone in the global box office, $734 million. The James Bond sequel has surpassed Fast and Furious 9 saga, but it's got to make $900 million to break even, and I doubt it's going to do that. So you'd think people would be happy. You think that people would look at this, hey, you know what, we can finally get a good movie worth seeing. Nope. Turns out, you know who's not happy? The BBC. BBC's not happy, people. The BBC asks the question, Ghostbusters Afterlife, is nostalgia killing cinema? The Ghostbusters film exemplifies Hollywood's current obsession with sending audiences down memory lane. Is this as detrimental to cinema as someone has? Asks Jack King. The Hollywood is becoming lazier and artistry ever more sacrificed to maximum profitability is an often heard refrain. In 2019, all the top highest grossing films in the US box office were based on existing intellectual properties. Just 2 decades ago, it was 5. And, well, new franchises have to come from somewhere, asshole. In a lot of cases, these big grossers, be they remakes, spin-offs from, or long-awaited sequels to classics, play on one emotion in particular, nostalgia. They offer audiences the pleasure of past cinematic experiences and the comfort of ensconcing themselves in something familiar. Well, but here's the thing. If you make a Ghostbusters movie, it's going to be familiar. I really, come on. You make a Ghostbuster, of course it's going to be familiar. It's Ghostbusters, you dumbass. On the one hand, Empire Magazine's Ollie Richards praised the film above all for capturing the essence of the original. It's not quite the same as Ghostbusters we know, but it entirely feels like Ghostbusters. And on the other hand, Guardian's Charles Bramesco offered a particularly damning appraisal of it as a work that's content to trade off the original and assume that the automatic delight of knowing what things are will supersede the need for the humor or smartass charm that initially made Ghostbusters worth watching. I want to know, how old is this guy, Charles Bramesco? I don't think he ever, oh God, it's one of these guys. Oh, for God's sake, it's a hipster. Worse, it's probably it's a London hipster. No, he's from Brooklyn. Oh, he completes the hipster trifecta. Mustache, snotty attitude, Brooklyn. There you go. There you go. There you go. There you go, people. There is the man who believes he is the arbiter of taste for the audience, for the whole nation. Seriously. Yeah, there was a story, actually. There's a song on one of those comedy websites. You know, fuck you hipsters. Get a fucking life and get a fucking job. Fuck you hipsters. Shave that shitty beard, you trendy fucking slob. Oh, for God's sake. So so listen, don't harass him. Don't do anything like that. But Charles Bramesco is a douche. So let's get back to this, okay? But if such cinema is inherently designed to be reassuring, it's also divisive. The polarized reaction to the latest film in the Ghostbusters franchise, Ghostbusters Afterlife, released in cinemas in the UK and US today, exemplifies the debate that the servicing, or as some would have it, exploitation of audiences, nostalgia can inspire. On the one hand, Empire Magazine, we read that. The film follows the daughter and grandkids of the original Ghostbuster, Egon Spengler, the late Harold Ramis, as they relocate to his remote farmhouse on the outskirts of golden-lit, corn-fed Americana. After being evicted from their New York home, it just so happens to be located on top of a hotbed of supernatural activity, disturbed by quakes thought to be caused by fault lines. But of course, something altogether more sinister is at play. Directed by Jason Reitman, the son of the original Ghostbusters, 1984 director Ivan, it mostly feels like well-meaning. There are myriads of shots homaged, and some quite cleverly, from his father's film, and it brims with recognizable Easter eggs for the franchise fans. Foreboding baritone references to a baddie called Zool. For example, The Ghostbusters' iconic vehicle, the Ecto-1, shrieks with its quintessential siren. Their ghost-busting proton packs cross streams, and even the cutely villainous Stay Puft Marshmallow Man makes a return, albeit in a much smaller form. And of course, there's the much speculated upon, yet hardly surprising return of some familiar faces, including one, more surprisingly, who returns as a silent CGI ghost in a move that raises many ethical concerns about reanimating dead performers for the capital gains of studios. This is a Frankenstein business where we really need to take a step back and think about where this technology goes, Bromesco tells BBC Culture. This is so clearly an ethical violation of the rights of dead people. It starts off with corporate cheerleading, but where does it go from there? You know what's an ethical violation? That shirt and that mustache, Charlie. Hey, Chuckles. Take a look in the mirror, okay? I wouldn't talk about ethical. Oh, what the hell? There's some movies, regardless of what is of what it is, how good it is, that people will go see because it's based on something they remember. Charlie Chuckles Bromesco. We're gonna call him Chuckles from now on. The queasiness of that appearance aside, the film is arguably doesn't have much to offer in and of itself, separate from its references to the predecessors. That's because it doesn't have any tangible reality of its own. Its backward-looking stance, you're passing the torch to younger generation. They're hardly in it. Backward-looking stance extends to beyond the details to encompass the film's whole mood, despite it notionally being set in present day. Somerville, the film's remote rural location, is itself a time capsule, a neon-lit drive-in diner being its central attraction. As Alison Wilmore, in a review for Vulture, Afterlife is assiduously apolitical in its... Oh, here we go. Yet it also instinctively understands that the pop culture nostalgia it's peddling is a kind with that desire to restore some fabled idyllic period that haunts the national discourse. It also instinctively understands that nostalgia is popular culture's most valuable commodity right now, which might explain its decision to ape the market leader in this respect, the Netflix series Stranger Things. Let me tell you, there are parts of America that still look like that. Okay, Allie? Okay, Allison? Okay? You fucking, who is this Allison person? I gotta find this Allison. Allison Wilmore. Allison fucking Wilmore. Okay. Allison Wilmore is the, oh, okay, here we go. Is this her? Let me see. Who is this freaking idiot? Allison Wilmore. Let's take a look at who she is. Allison Wilmore. Let me see. Back. Allison Wilmore. Let's see. Twitter. Let's see what's on the Twitter. Allison with Phil Craig from New York Mag. All I do is eat, sleep, swing. You know what? Hey, Allie. Hey, Allie, listen. Shut up. Okay? I have an idea of Allie. Look, you listen, Allie, listen. Okay, you have your thing there. Okay, I know you probably moved to New York from the Midwest, and you probably lost touch with your roots. Okay, but there are places in America that still look like that. You know, and please don't harass this lady. The big, like I said, the whole thing is these people act again. They're the arbiters of taste for the nation, for the audience. They really think that if only, I imagine she must sit in her office or sit at her computer and say, well, if only people would go see what I told them. Among other things, Afterlife focuses on the story of a group of adolescents in an imagined corn-fed Americana cast Stranger Things with Finn Wolfhard. Stranger Things as a show. Okay, you know what? I'm getting tired of reading this. I really am. Let me see. Hold on. I'm getting tired of reading this. You know why I'm getting tired? Bromesco cites Tim Burton's Alice in Wonderland as real beginning of the so-called Renaissance. Oh, shut up, you assholes! I don't care how many times they remake Batman. I will go see every version. We never let go of our child. Yeah, what the hell's wrong with that? Oh, here it comes, Hulk. Oh, here it comes. Where's the situation leading? And there's the rub. If it's easy to criticize studios' appeal to nostalgia as cynical, then it's clear from the box office results that it's hitting the spot. And really, there is anything ignoble about fans' desire to be reminded of things they love. The problem is, however, where does nostalgia obsession end? Reitman, for example, has suggested that he would like to see Afterlife as the first in expanded Ghostbusters universe. A post-credits scene in the film suggests, certainly signposts this intent, as is the formation of Ghostbusters-specific production company Ghost Corps, prior to the 2016 Ghostbusters reboot, which was dogged by misogynistic criticism of its all-women lead quartet, and has casually been stricken from the cast. There you go. There you go. There you go. There you go, people. There you go.
Did they forget that I had a margin? Did they forget that this new one stars a girl?
Yeah.
They just fucking stupid? They're just fucking stupid, right? Also, I caught a shiny. That's all I had to say.
Unbelievable. Really? Okay. Yeah. Yada, yada, yada. Okay. Yada, yada, yada. Nobody fucking cares. Okay, people? But like I said, everybody's so pissed. Oh, but it doesn't subvert. The other argument I heard, oh, but it doesn't subvert expectations. Really? 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 There's a point where you want... Listen. And that's exactly what it is. Pardon me. They are getting stupider. Listen, I'm going to pull up the score for Afterlife here. The critics' score versus the audience score on Rotten Tomatoes. The thing is, there's a time and place for your expectations to be subverted. This is not the time or place for it. And there you have it, people. Look, take a look. Take a good, hard look at that. Audience score, 96. Tomato score, it's still, quote-unquote, fresh, but 62. That is what pisses them off. That is what to no end. What pisses the critics off? Oh, why are we not influential anymore? Well, they should be listening to us. I know what's better. I know what's good. No, you don't. No, you don't. I want to see 25 years someone take the woke dumpster fight. Yeah. Let me take a look here. Hold on. Where is where's No Time to Die in this? Let's see what the score is for that. I'm actually surprised it has an 88% audience score. I really am. 84% of my critics. Let's see what I'm curious what the critics say though about it. This is with longer. No Time to Die is a balance of kinetic. This guy Rex Reed. Oh, Rex Reed. I was always liked him as a movie critic. The film's sole distinction is the fact that it's the James Bond epic that finally managed to make James Bond a crashing bore. Mr. Craig, thank you for your service. See you again soon, Mr. Bond. Bond seesaws. But one of the other things that, listen. Yeah, that is kind of surprising. That is kind of surprising. Critics only know what they're paid to know. Well, but here's the thing, though. I'm still a big believer that there is space for professional criticism. And here's why. Ultimately, a lot of people call it, oh, you're shills, you're shills, you're shills, they're shills, you're a bunch of shills. But ultimately, the space occupied by professional critics is what it's supposed to do is it is supposed to serve as a buffer between the studio and the audience. You're supposed to have someone who maybe is a little more knowledgeable, who can point out certain things about a movie because they watch them all the time or has studied film or whatever. For instance, I wouldn't know what to look for in a lot of stuff. And I openly admit that. Listen, I'm just a guy, okay? I didn't study film, I took writing courses, that kind of stuff. But ultimately, I haven't seen the number of movies, the sheer volume of movies that a person like Roger Ebert or Gene Siskel or a Rex Reed or a Gene Shalit has seen or a Richard Roper has seen. But at the same time, film critics, a guy like this Chuckles Bromesco and like this Alison Wilmore, they have to understand that it is not their job to tell me what to see. It is not their job to cast judgment on what I am seeing. It is just their job to say, hey, when I look at, what did you think of it? That's all. That's all. What did you think of it? Was it well made? What's the actor like? What's the story like? Oh, yeah, really? Oh, that sounds like a really good technical film. The problem is many of them have lost sight of that. Now they think that they are the first and last word as far as what people should watch. And I keep coming back to that thing about Frank Zappa. You got guys like Chuckles there. Oh, no, that's not what the audience wants. And I know. Well, I had someone years ago say to me, yeah, Rob, why can't you go to movies and get paid to tell people about them? Probably because I had no idea that could be a profession. But the other part of this is also that, and as actually, let me go back here. Again, 3 places you don't want your expectations subverted: movie theaters, operating rooms, and wedding nights. Exactly. That's the other thing. Apart from this whole thing. Well, I want to subvert expectations. We need to subvert it. No. And I had a writing teacher years ago said about why does it show me Clifford the Big Red Dog? They'll take a look at that. I'm surprised it's doing that well with the audience score. Eternals. The first 5 minutes were horrible. Oh man, it was abysmal. Well, but the other thing about it is this. There's this whole desire by a generation of filmmakers to put their own personal stamp on movies. Well, I'm going to be the guy that changes James Bond. Captain, I'll see it. I'm going to be the guy that changes James Bond. It'll never be the same after me. Just like that round-headed imbecile, Rian Johnson, how he changed Star Wars. I changed Star Wars. It'll never be the same after I get done with it. Yeah, because you'll permanently ruin it. Eric Draven, it's not that they're activists. Well, actually, they are. They consider themselves activists. Is like I said, they exist in this space where they pat themselves on the back. And they have very specific things they want to see. I mean, there's that scene from The Critic. I like French films, pretentious, boring French films. I like French films, The 30, s'il vous plaît. Listen, there's nothing wrong with enjoying a French film, French cinema. Okay, but you know what? Not everything can be that. And we do not see all the stuff that comes over from France or that comes over from Japan or China or Australia or the UK. And that's the thing. Exactly, Morbid. Exactly. He told his story. This is my story. I'm going to tell it. I'm going to tell my story. Oh, God. They act that because they secretly know they can match the originals. Of course, you could just throw a remake. Let me tell you, but the other part of this, they act as if there's something wrong. Listen, a lot of critics, a lot of people got a big bug up their ass about the Transformers years ago. I'd say, like I said, it started before 2000. Unlike Chuckles, I think it started in 2007 with the Transformers. Or 2005, when did the first Transformers movie come out? Whenever it did. Started with Transformers. And a lot of critics became resentful of that. A lot of critics, well, I'm like, oh my God, would you please stop going to see the Transformers movies? Go see something that I tell you to go see. Go see a good movie. People aren't going to see Transformers because people are holding a gun to their head. They're going to see Transformers because they want to. It's a chicken and the egg. Yeah, I know the whole thing. If you stop going to bad movies, they'll stop making bad movies. But do we go to bad movies because they make bad movies? I don't think so. Listen, there's time where you want filet mignon, and there's times you want a big greasy burger. That's really bad for you with onion rings. You know, and I keep saying, and as movies become more globally, have a bigger global footprint, we are going to see movies that are more like Transformers. Yes, exactly. Hot chicks and explosions. Then there's nothing wrong with that. What do I always say? What do I always say about the Fast? Oh, well, why do people keep going to see Fast and Furious movies? Why do people go against that? Why do they keep making Fast and Furious movies? Because Men Drive Car Fast works in any language, okay? Man Drive Car Fast works in any and every language. Need more proof? You need more proof? It's been true since the Stone Age. Okay? We just share the freaking thing. See, it's been true since the Stone Age. See? It works. It worked then. It works now. Mad G was the last original movie Hollywood had. I don't know. I have no idea. Car goes boom and explosions go explosion. You want people to stop going to see bad movies? Then fire J.J. Abrams. Seriously, fire J.J. Abrams. Because he's the main culprit behind him. One of the main culprits. Really, you want nostalgia? Listen, Star Trek 2009 was nostalgia bait at its core. And it's the worst kind of nostalgia bait because it's very flashy. It's very flashy. It's very empty-headed. It gives you all the aesthetic details and all the aesthetic things, but it doesn't do anything really. And I imagine there's people who want to go see that, and then they want to go, oh wow, there's more of these movies, and they want to go watch Wrath of Khan. This is Star Trek? Oh, this is boring. No, this is awesome. Oh, for God's sake. Can't believe it. Can't believe it. So I left at all cannot be French cinema. Yes. Actually, you know what? I watched a very good movie, actually, French movie. OSS 117. Cairo Nest of Spies. It was a very funny movie. I had to follow with um, subtitles, but still, it's a spoof on the spy genre. It's very funny. Set in the 50s, so you still get that Cold War feel. Pardon me. There's like 5 or 6. I recommend them to Jeff at World Class Bullshitters. I recommend it. There's like 5 or 6 movies in this series. It's also a series of novels too, and there was other movies in the series before it became a comedy. Yeah, I won't be watching Matrix 4. Actually, you know what? I just started watching The Kingsman the other night. Never seen The Kingsman. Tell you, that is an original movie while it taps into certain things of the Bond spy genre. And it's a new property. I would say new properties have to come from somewhere. They are so risk averse that they don't even want to try anymore. They don't even want to try. And I understand, hey, listen, we're putting a lot of money on the line. But at the same time, Ghostbusters Afterlife proves you spend $75 million, you spend it the right way. We're hovering. We're just about there. We are just about there. 1 or 2 more live streams will put us right over the top. We're just about there. Yeah, and we're going to have to, I don't know how long it takes to do that. Brother. But anyway, yeah, Kingsman. Kingsman was, you know what, actually, part about the Kingsman I hated was the scene with the water. They filled up the barracks with water. Yeah. I used to have a guy I used to work with, was a scuba diving instructor. He said, yeah, I'll teach you how to scuba dive. No. I said, no, thanks. No, thanks. He said, why not? You're not afraid of the water, are you? I said, no, I'm not afraid of the water. I'm afraid of drowning. And I'm afraid what's in the water. I have not seen Wheel of Time. No, I have not. But again, new franchises have to come from somewhere. And it's the people like J.J. Abrams, like Kathleen Kennedy, like Alex Kurtzman. Those are the people who are so risk averse that they're not going to allow anything new. They will not allow anything new. Whereas the people like Alan Ladd Jr. said to George Lucas, you know what? I don't understand it. You got a guy in a dog costume, bunch of spaceships flying around, but you know what? I like American Graffiti. I was about to say physical graffiti. I liked American Graffiti. I'll take a chance on you, kid. Who approved the original Star Trek? Wasn't a hip young executive. You know who got Star Trek on the air? Lucille Ball. And her husband, Herb Solow. I forgot what the name of the guy with original Ghostbusters, but he was head of Columbia Pictures. He was sold on the pitch, Ghost Janitors in New York. Is it the creatives that are money or the money people? It's both. I shouldn't say both. It's people with the feet up on the desk who are making or supposedly the hip young boy genius wunderkind executives. Well, we can't take a chance on that because that's not what the audience wants, and I know. Honest, I'm just waiting. They'll reboot MASH. They'll reboot MASH. Rob, random question. Have you seen the Korean movie Old Boy? No, I have not. I have not seen Old Boy. Actually, no, I want to. I saw Tango Shalom comes out pretty soon. Rob Meyer Burnett. I'm not plugging that because it is. I know him. I've spoken to him. Not know him, but I've done live streams. I'm not saying that because I have any kind of association with him, but it is a very, very heartfelt movie. It is it's a different movie. It's a heartfelt movie. It comes right. It's genuine. It is a movie that reminds me of a lot of family situations that I had. It's a movie about families, whether it's a Jewish family, an Italian family, African American. It's about families. Certain things with Greek families. Families are universal. Everybody has that one person in their family. Actually, I'm also looking forward to the Beatle documentary this coming week. I've been watching more clips of that. I'm like, oh my God, just the quality of the footage. He went in and restored all the footage. Holy cow. So let's keep going along here. I think I knew I had other topics. I spent a lot of time on Ghostbusters. But I knew I had a lot of topics. A guy by the name of Matthew Baloney says that we need to take Star Wars away from Kathleen Kennedy. I'm like, really? It took us this long to find out. It's time to take Star Wars movies away from Kathleen Kennedy. Yes, it is. Thank you for agreeing. Kathleen Kennedy is one of the most prolific producers in Hollywood history, but it's time for someone else to manage the Star Wars franchise. Listen, she can be president of Lucasfilm all she wants. She can run Lucasfilm, sign the checks, whatever. But you know what? She doesn't know how to make a Star Wars movie. I'm betting I wasn't the only one who chuckled when the news broke on Tuesday that Patty Jenkins' Star Wars film won Disney trumpeted with a video of Wonder Woman director saying her goal was the greatest fighter pilot movie ever made. The one that had titled Rogue Squadron and a release date in 2023, and the one with its really taken this long designation as the first Star Wars film to be directed by a woman was not happening. Well, it's not happening, just delayed indefinitely. If you believe Disney, scheduling problems, prior commitments, will regroup next year, yada yada. I talked to a few insiders this week that said the real culprit was the dreaded creative differences. Specifically, Jenkins couldn't agree on the script with Lucasfilm executives, including Senior VP Michelle Rejwan. Congratulations, Michelle Rejwan is earning a paycheck. That's not unusual. Well, she's Kathy's clone. Here she comes. She's Kathy's clone. That's not unusual, of course, but it's a laughably recurring problem at Lucasfilm under President Kathleen Kennedy, say agents. Top filmmakers are dying to make a Star Wars movie until they sign on and experience the micromanagement and plot point by committee process. It happened to Game of Thrones guys David Benioff and Dan Weiss, who were hired to create a new trilogy but bailed. Also happened to Rian Johnson, Last Jedi, whose planned trilogy was shelved. How about because The Last Jedi sucked? Yes, exactly. Jenkins wasn't willing to dick around, and she has other projects, notably Wonder Woman 3 at Warner Brothers, where she enjoys more creative freedom. Disney personal representatives for Jenkins, Kennedy declined to comment. Oh, you locked it behind a paywall, you bastards. Pardon me. Damn it, dry throat. Sorry, guys. You forgive my skepticism when it comes to Kennedy's management of the Star Wars film franchise. Since 2012, when Disney paid $4 billion, yeah. But it's behind a paywall, so. Exactly. Well, how many times did Lucas Spielberg kick KK out of the room during meetings because she was being pain in the ass? Probably more than we know. Well, what if he didn't get the girl, but he got the dog instead? I was on Star Wars after the Clone Wars animated movie. I didn't see that one. Look, she has no idea. Star Wars. Is this the one? Is this the one with? I'm sure she must have said, "Oh, I can't wait to see what we do with Dr. Spock." I guarantee you. I guarantee it. Is this the one with Mr. Kirk and the Dr. Boney? Oh, we're going to show Dr. Spock drinking Earl Grey tea, aren't we? Oh. Yeah. I don't even think she brews a good cup of coffee. I really don't. KK, give me a cup of coffee. And you spit it out and you get it spit out. What the hell is this? Oh, it's French vanilla. I had this all the time when I was in Paris. I wanted coffee. Oh, but I like this better. I don't care what you like. Well, you just hate women, don't you? Kathy, idea to the hero dies in the genderless candle non-binary chair, get married. Oh, sounds like something she would come up with. Actually, I got to watch the holiday special again. It is so bad. I remember seeing it when I was a little kid once. Oh, for crying out loud. So, Kathleen Kennedy. There she is, girl. There she is, people. Your poster girl for failing upward. Oh, thanks for the coffee, Kathy. What the hell is this? Oh, it's an espresso, my special blend of Peruvian extracts and bat guano. I asked you for coffee. Oh, but Ryan made it. He was subverting your expectations. Go out and get me another coffee. Well, you're just a misogynist. You're intimidated by strong female. You're intimidated by strong female executives. Go get me my coffee. Yeah, special blend contains piss. Well, anyway, the show's running. We're running up on minute 48 here. Mr. Roboto, idea of a Wookiee reality. You know, there was a video game actually years ago when George was still running the company called Republic Commando. And George said, give me some strong characters. They came back with a first-person shooter about a Wookiee. And George said, I ask you to create some strong characters, and you bring me a game with a Wookiee? Remember when Lucasfilm, well, Steve Botham, that was the original concept. I remember LucasArts used to release good games. Remember LucasArts? They made the first. They made a few games. They made Battlefront. They made the first couple Battlefront games. Those were good for PS2. Do you remember Grim Fandango? I didn't play, but people have good fond memories of that. There was that game, Mercenaries, Playground Destruction. That was good. KOTOR, yeah, Knights of the Old Republic. TIE Fighter, yep, TIE Fighter. Dark Forces, Jedi Knight Dark Forces. Those games were good. Great mods for those too. Fantastic mods for the Dark Forces. Yeah, Jedi Knight Dark Forces. I mean, the online play is actually really good too for the Jedi Knight series. I got all the lightsaber duels and everything. Okay, so we're coming up on minute number 50. So let's go over. We're gonna go over here. What else do we have here? Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. Oh, we had actually we do have some Star Trek news, which brings us to this. Yep, it's time for This Week in Trek. Discovery's repeats J.J. Abrams' worst story obsession. Star Trek season 4. Now, listen, I saw season before premiere. It was terrible. Oh my God, it was so bad. And I can't say, why do they insist on doing this whole Spirit Warrior thing? It's Star Trek. Not Dragon Ball Z. Star Trek Discovery Season 4 premiere ends with a catastrophe that repeats J.J. Abrams' worst storytelling device. Now led by Captain Mikey Spock, the USS Discovery comes across a new threat to the galaxy in the form of a massive gravimetric anomaly. Discovery encounters the anomaly during a space station rescue mission, but it's Cleveland Booker. How far did they have to go for that name? David Ajala, who suffers the most devastating personal loss from cosmic calamity. Star Trek Discovery's an epic cinematic scope, fast-paced action, and fast-paced action-packed story. Oh God, you people really who wrote this? John Orquillo. Oh boy, you drank the Kool-Aid and rushed up for seconds, pal. Which are derived from the success of J.J. Abrams' Star Trek movies, which are co-written by Alex Klutzman, who now oversees all of Star Trek on Paramount Plus. However, Star Wars' profound influence on J.J. as a filmmaker and as director brought the visceral feel, state-of-the-art special effects of the George Lucas films to 2009 Star Trek reboot. But J.J. Abrams also borrowed one of the most shocking moments from Star Wars A New Hope when Princess Leia Carrie Fisher was forced to watch the Death Star destroy a planet of Alderaan. I need more water in a hurry. My throat's dry. In 2009 Trek, Abrams repeats the tragedy with Spock, Zachary Quinto, who is helpless to stop Nero, Eric Bana, when destroying his home planet Vulcan. Vulcan has no moon. In Star Trek Discovery Season 4 premiere, J.J. Abrams' storytelling device is destroying a planet returns when the gravimetric anomaly tears apart the planet Quejian. Like Leia, Spock before him, Book can do nothing to stop his homeworld from being destroyed, and he's also grieving the deaths of his brother and nephew, who look nothing like him. The destruction of Quejian is certainly a powerful way to establish the epic stakes of Star Trek Discovery. Yeah, but the stakes are too big. Because the mysterious gravimetric anomaly is the threat, unlike any of the United Federation planets. Oh, for God's sake, fuck you, it has been. But Trek annihilating entire planets is becoming overused plot device, especially since 2009 Trek Control tried to do the same thing in Star Trek Discovery Season 2. A synthetic race from outside the galaxy also intended to tear apart planets to wipe out all organic life in Star Trek Picard. I need some water in a hurry. I need another bottle of water. I'm going to go out here. Grab a bottle of whiskey. Okay, got my drink. Get my drink on. Some high quality H2O. Of course, a little sprig of whiskey. Just to loosen up the vocal cords a bit. Okay, yada yada. Like, oh my God, I can't believe I'm getting paid for this. They're going to find out I can't act. $2.99 quat loose for a bottle of water. Yep. Planets have been destroyed in Star Trek before going back. Planet Killer Weapon, the class of Star Trek's original series, Doomsday Machine. However, Star Trek didn't actually show entire worlds brutally snuffed out until J.J. Abrams came along. Although the biggest reason for that is Star Trek used to operate on a smaller budget compared to Star Wars movies. It's possible Star Trek would have shown such epic sights as planets being torn asunder much sooner if Star Trek movies and TV shows had the financial resources and special effects of Star Wars. But ultimately, it's J.J. Abrams who brought Star Wars style visuals and storytelling to Star Trek. In addition, when J.J. Abrams became the director of Star Wars Force Awakens, he outdid himself by showing the Starkiller base destroying multiple planets in the Hosnian system on screen. Since Star Trek's core mission seek out new life and visit strange new worlds, it's always an uncomfortable fit when the franchise depicts the violent destruction of planets. Star Trek Discovery, in particular, escalates the threat to the galaxy every season, and the gravimetric anomaly is the direst one yet. More than any other Star Trek series on Paramount Plus, Star Trek Discovery derives the most influence from J.J. Abrams' movie trilogy, including risk-taking Captain Kirk relation. Including risk-taking Captain Kirk-like leadership style of Michael Burnham. Oh, for God's sake, you're really stretching there, pal. You are really reaching for that one. You are really reaching. They destroyed entire planets in TNG. I remember that. Hopefully, destroying entire planes will become a regular event on Star Trek Discovery. Well, they've got nothing else because even though it's jaw-dropping plot device, the impact of this catastrophe can be easily diluted if it's overused. Well, Mike and Rich and Mike at Red Letter Media said the same thing. You go too big with the stakes. Man Squatch, Michael Burnham's leadership style includes not doing sentry sweep of the SAR system and seeing the falling ice that blows your ship. Yeah. Well, that's another thing too. Like Rich and Mike, their whole thing is to just go in and just like warp right into whatever it is. Yeah, or phasers. What, you're expecting science from this show? You're asking an awful lot there, Man Squatch. Okay, I'm tired of this. That has been This Week in Trek. It hasn't gotten any better, and it's bound to get worse. Oh, for God's sake. Well, anyway, we're coming up on an hour. We're going to put this one to bed pretty soon. Hope you people have enjoyed watching the stream as much as I have bringing it to you. A couple more stories. Ruby Rose is leaving Hollywood to go to Australia. Maybe if Batwoman didn't suck, maybe if you had ate a few steaks there, Ruby. Well, I should dress like Eminem. She'll be back, or they will be back. It will be back. Well, I don't know. Whatever. Bad working conditions instead of Warner Brothers series Batwoman. Said a showrunner challenges, but yeah, but brilliantly, yeah, okay. She had neck injury, yada yada. Don't care. Yeah, there she is as Batwoman. Don't care. Batwoman is the most hilarious show on television, and unintentionally so. There she is with daddy issues. Okay, you know what? I don't care. I don't give a shit. Okay. So anyway. Please, Ruby, stay over there. We don't need you here. It's bad enough it is. Yeah, well. It's the power of math, people. Sorry, Holden Girl. There's limits to even my influence. I don't know if this is this a legit site, the hard drive? But let's do a couple palette cleansers before we leave. I'm not sure. Like I said, I'm not sure if this is this a legit site? I don't know. Well, anyway, this is a funny story in any event. it's nice to know certain things don't change all that much. And if this is a funny story, let's just go with it. Man waking up 25-year come up really pumped that The Simpsons is still on the air. Detroit man who recently woke from a coma he's been in since 1996. Well, he looks too old, far too young to be in a coma since 1996. Portland's overjoyed this favorite show, The Simpsons, is still on the air every Sunday on Fox. Oh my God, this is too good to be true, said Jerry Elwood, who suffered a head injury in a car accident 25 years ago. Has been in a coma until a surprise awakening yesterday. As you can imagine, it's been a wild couple of days adjusting to the world around me, and all the information has been made in the century. But at least there's some familiar comforts, like the great American satire is still going strong, surely carrying on its proud tradition of scathing humor, unparalleled consistency. Can't wait to get home and start catching up. Imagine one day you're watching your favorite TV show at your friend's place. You get in a car to drive home, and then you wake up in the hospital, and there's hundreds of new episodes. Pretty cool, huh? Fan members were unsure how best to adjust the later season's output. Simpsons as Jerry as he became familiar with the modern world. I really don't feel like we should warn him, but I don't want to overwhelm. This is a fake story, yeah. Said Cynthia Elwood, Jerry's mother. Put yourself in his shoes, will you? You just woke up from a 25-year coma. You're learning the smartphones and COVID and everything in between. The last thing you need to tell him right now is the greatest show of all time now merely exists as a shell of its former self. An underlying reminder that literally every good thing in the world eventually turns to shit. It might be too much to handle. Elwood's doctors were warned patients waking up from extended comas often find adjusting to the modern world the hardest part of their recovery. Oh yeah, with physical therapy, proper treatment, the physical stuff can be taken care of, no problem, said Dr. Roxanne Chandler, who oversaw Elwood for several years. What will take longer to grasp is that we're still getting weekly installments of these beloved characters portrayed by that incredible voice cast, but we all just sort of shrug about it because it's just fine at best. That's the part of going, that part's going to take a while for Jerry. As a press time, Elwood was super pumped to find out they had 8 Star Wars movies to catch up. Oh, that's a funny story at any rate. True or not, it's a funny story. Yeah, so let's round out with some animal news. I always like finishing the show on a animal note. We'll do animal news, then we'll do scores last. So NFL scores last, because a lot of people don't care for the NFL scores, but it keeps me invested in what's going on. Hong Kong launches wild boar hunt as animal attacks lead to crackdown. Increasing incidents involving animals which have long roamed the hills around the bustling metropolis culminated in one biting a police officer last week. There's video. Oh, look at the piggy. Oh, no. Look at the piggies. Hong Kong, they've taken subway rides, loitered pedestrian crossings, and been fed by local residents, but now wild boars have finally gone a step too far for authorities in Hong Kong. Increasing incidents involving animals, which have long roamed the hills and hiking trails surrounding the bustling metropolis, culminated in one biting a police officer last week. In response, authorities in the Asian financial hub are cracking down. Officials said they launched the boar hunt Wednesday with an operation that captured you guys. Oh, that's sad. You didn't have to do that. Oh, I don't like reading that. Okay, that's a bummer. We won't read any more of that. Hold on. Tell the emus to take care of her while we throw it in Melissa Milano. Okay, so the piggies, that didn't end well for the piggies. But we got another animal news that'll surely lift your spirits. Oh, son of a bitch. Clicked away from it. Wrinkle the Duck running in the New York City Marathon might be the cutest thing we've ever seen. It's time to bask in the prowess of Wrinkle the Duck. The especially spiffy emotional support duck who ran at least part of the New York City Marathon on Sunday. Videos of her quick waddling in her homemade red shoes enthralled millions of on TikTok. I honestly don't know whether to call it a stride, a strut, or a trot. But it seems that Wrinkle, who is a Peking duck, is enjoying her jog as the adulation of the marathon crowd. She is so confident. You got this little ducky, one person yells. You got this little ducky? Let's take a look here. Okay, there's the marathon. Okay. And there's the duck. Check her out. Yay! How awesome is that? It can't help make you grin. And one person in the comments of the TikTok video said the footage has made her smile during a bout of depression. As an official emotional support duck, hearing this makes me feel like I'm doing my job well, Wrinkle's account replied. Wrinkle loves you. For the unfamiliar, emotional support animals are animals, oftentimes dogs, who help someone dealing with the effects of physical or psychological disability, as defined by the American Veterinary Medical Association. Wrinkle also loves running, whether it's at her house providing some oddly soothing ASMR as she waddles, or out in the field where she's as fast as a duck.
Come get Phil.
There she goes.
I don't think you have any idea.
When she's not running, Wrinkle loves to swim, offer dating advice, and visit cats at a pet shop. Just don't ask her to pay for anything. You'll have to put it on her bill. Oh, boo. So Wrinkle the duck, running in the New York Marathon. So there you go. See, I told you we end up on up note. First time ever a duck in New York has had the trots instead of a duck from. Oh, that's true. That's true. You go to Chinatown, those you see the ducks hanging in the window. Yeah, that's it's an unsavory sight. Told you we'd end on some good news. Okay, everyone. And lastly, but not least, because it is not a well-liked feature, it's time for sports, for NFL scores. We only have got a few more weeks of this, so just bear with me. Those following the league, Cowboys losing to the Chiefs in the fourth quarter, 2:57 to go. Cardinals beat the Seahawks. Ravens over the Bears. And of course, I lost the scores. Ravens over the Bears. Colts over the Bills. Lions over the Lions losing to the Browns. The Washington collective of people engaging in football-like activities defeating the Panthers. Texans over the Titans. 49ers beating the Jaguars. Dolphins over the Jets. Eagles beating the Saints, rather. Bengals over the Raiders. Chiefs on top of the Cowboys in the late in the fourth quarter. Cardinals over the Seahawks later in the fourth quarter. Chargers, your Sunday night game. And tomorrow night, my New York Football Giants take on Tom Brady and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Everyone, that is the show for this week. Thank you for joining me as always. Good show. Couldn't do it without you. Everybody, I don't have the biggest audience, but I do have the best looking audience in the biz. If you call YouTube a biz. Okay, everyone. We'll catch you next time. Take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. Have a good rest of your Sunday. We'll check you out next time.